I've been looking at real estate in Fire Island. You know Fire Island?
I feel like I hear about Fire Island in the same way I hear about like Provincetown on the Cape, in that it's like there's a high population of gay people there.
Oh, that's great. I wasn't looking there anyways.
Oh.
I wasn't looking there, yeah.
Oh, you weren't?
No.
No, you just were bringing it up on your own accord?
I don't think I'd be able to.
You don't think you'd be able to what?
I wouldn't be able to control myself, okay?
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, okay. Well, what's in Fire? Have you been to Fire Island before?
No, never been. I'm just looking at these Zillow listings, and oh my goodness, the houses there are beautiful.
You use Zillow in the same way that most people use like Instagram or TikTok.
Oh, dude, it's so fun because I can buy anything. I can have anything on Zillow.
If we showed you some listings in Los Angeles, I'm sure there would be stuff out of your price range.
Okay, and that's why I don't live in Los Angeles.
There's like mansions in Los Angeles that go for like $150 million. They're just like pure marble.
Dude, rich people are weird. Rich people have weird taste.
Yeah.
And I think I'm like one of the few rich people that like gets it, you know?
Yeah? You think so?
Yeah, I think I do. I think I relate.
What ways do you get it?
To the common man. I mean, I sit in traffic.
Okay. Well, we actually have a common man here on the podcast. He's
Really?
about, what is it, 70% blue collar.
Yeah, he is.
Tucker, why don't you ask him some common man questions to see how he sits amongst the layperson?
How'd the fishing go this year for you, Schlatt?
While he's thinking about that, what's your other question you're going to ask him?
How many miles on your car since the last oil change?
You know, he's probably just thinking hard about that. While he's thinking about that one, though, too, what else are you going to ask him?
Are you more excited for turkey or deer season?
Welcome to Chuckle Sandwich.
But like, I still hang with you guys, you know? That's the fun part. It's like, I am like here with you and we're hanging out and we're having fun together. We do a little podcast and like, I just feel like I'm still hip with it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. And then
I'm voting for Kamala too, you know?
It's like when he shuts the podcast off, he stands up, a butler enters. How was your podcasting, sir? He like takes off his hat, grabs some gel, slicks it back, takes off his fucking New York Yankee shirt. He's in a tux. Shows up to the gala.
He serves me a cigar already lit.
Cigar in your mouth at all times, dude.
Brings you 3 girls, so you get to pick from one of them for your date for the night.
We've got a selection from Miami this time of year. So
no, you don't want them from Miami. You don't want them from Miami.
We've got a selection in from Kentucky this time of year.
No, you don't want them from Kentucky either. You want them from like, I don't know. You want them from like a place where the weather sucks. You know.
We've got a selection in from Seattle, Washington, sir.
I was thinking more like Maine, like Kennebunkport.
That's great weather.
Kennebunkport?
No, it's kind. I mean, it's kind of okay, but then it gets real bad in the winter. You know,
man, there's gonna be some people there's some ladies who live in Kennebunkport who have a crush on you. They're gonna be like, "This is my chance. This is my chance." The letters from Kennebunkport.
Send a letter here if you're a hot dame from Kennebunkport, Maine.
It'll be my P.O. box.
Yeah, it's gonna be Tucker's. I was thinking the same thing. It's gonna be Tucker's P.O. box. He's going up there. And Tucker's. Emma's gonna be like, "What are you looking at?" And he's like, "Nothing. Just the letters that I got. Fan mail."
Oh man, Kennebunkport. I've been to Maine once. I went to Bar Harbor. It was a great time. Yeah, that's where I have my. It's the only other hat I wear. I don't know if you've ever noticed. It's a Bar Harbor.
Well, you've got the Terry Black's one though too.
That's true, but I stopped wearing it. I left Texas. I actually left the hat there too because I wanted to forget all about that place.
As you're walking away from your apartment in Texas, you just like you toss it on the ground. You throw a fucking Zippo on it with some gas and you just walk into the distance. Yeah,
there's a lot of things I left behind in Texas. I left behind a lot of my happiness.
OTK.
Yeah.
A lot of your happiness got stuck in
No,
Texas.
that's not true. That's not true at all. That was just like a joke, but I'm realizing like it doesn't even make sense. Like I'm super happy here. This is the best situation I've been in a very long time.
Peak happiness right now.
Yeah, man.
I gotta say, dude, since the last podcast, it arrived, my new couch.
Oh, the love sack.
The love sack couch.
How is it?
My largest purchase I've ever made. And it is, it's glorious.
Yeah.
It's nice, dude. It's bigger. It's like twice as big as my old couch. It took me 7 hours to build.
You had to build it?
Well, okay. Because the way the love sack couch works, I hope I'm not boring people talking about a fucking couch, but
no, they're honestly, getting up to the age where they need to worry about couches.
Yeah, honestly, if I had to give one piece of advice to people out there in terms of buying a couch, if you can afford the initial hit of it, I would go into a love sack couch, but like, okay.
You've had it for like 3 days and you're already you gotta have this one. It's the best you can get.
Well, you gotta listen to my logic here. Because it's a sectional, you could get because mine's 6 pieces. You get 2 pieces of love sack couch.
You could.
And then you could add on to it as you get more space or as you get more funds to get a love sack couch. But what's great about it is the things that are great about it is what took me so long to put it together, is that every single piece of it has like the cover for it is replaceable. It's machine washable. So when it came in, it was in about 17 different boxes that I had to walk up to my apartment. And the amount of cardboard that I've had to get rid of over the last 4 or 5 days has been astronomical. But I had to then take everything out and put the covers. I essentially had to upholster all of the pieces of the couch and then put it together.
That means the couch can change colors whenever you want it to.
Yeah, seriously.
That's like hype. And you can fuck on it. You can eat on it. You can spill shit on it and have no problem. I'll just reupholster it.
And the cover that I got is more bang for my buck because it's a reversible one. On one side, it's like a normal kind of like flat one, and the other one, it's like this kind of furry, like
a boucle, a little boucle.
Honestly, I think it's actually here's the
Ted. You better have that boucle out.
This is the one side of it. It's like this.
That's
sort
more
of
of
furry,
a shag. That's more of a shag. I wouldn't say that's a boucle.
And then this is the other side. It's like sort of a.
I see. Yeah. And you didn't opt for the furry side of the couch. You got that on the inside right now.
It's summer. I can't be coming back from basketball with my friend Hassan and then sit on this furry couch. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be miserable. But
I guess
I'm very excited about the couch. You're gonna feel this couch, Schlatt. You're gonna feel this couch.
You know what? I am gonna feel it, and I hope it holds a candle to the one I've got because that's a high bar. Everyone here has sat on that couch. Everyone here has enjoyed that couch.
We talk about that almost every single day.
Yeah, it is. That was an incredible couch. That couch is massive, though. It's
a monster.
That couch was 4 times as big as my original couch and is twice as big as my current couch. Yeah, that is the biggest couch I've ever seen.
Something? It was funny you're talking about the sectional because you can add more pieces to it. My couch was too big for my current New York space, so I'm like removing pieces of it. So I'll have like a smaller couch soon, which is great because it's still going to be comfy as hell.
I was there. It seemed like it fit. What are you trying to fit?
It's kind of awkward. So like the left side, it extended into an area where there was a window, and I really wanted to be able to use the window, but the couch was in the way of it, and so I'm going to get rid of that left L piece that kind of juts out. I'm gonna keep it as a straight sofa. A little longer than a regular sofa, but we'll make it work. And then I think I'm going to put a reading nook in there. Like a nice, comfy,
maybe put a Herman Miller. What's it called?
An Eames lounger.
An Eames lounger. Perhaps?
I would put an Eames lounger. It's actually funny you bring that up.
Eames lounger. I've looked up how much those things are.
They're like $7,000-$8,000.
It is an egregious amount of money for that. Yes. For that chair. I'm like, how is it? This is like because furniture is already expensive, but then it's let's put a designer markup on a piece of furniture.
Yep, Herman Miller, baby. You guys want a fun exercise? Well, hold on. Let me tell you the three I was deciding between. Okay. It's actually funny you bring up the Eames Lounger because that was one of the three I was deciding. I was like, do I really want an Eames Lounger?
You love Eames.
By the way, I love Eames. I love Herman Miller. I will say this. Eames is like you've definitely seen this chair before. If you've watched any like movie of like, you know, somewhere where there's a lot of rich people or like the mafia or something, everyone's got this fucking chair in their head. It was either that, or the Womb chair by Knoll. The Womb. Yes,
like our original apartment,
like the original. Yes, like the original dwelling, which is also quite expensive.
I bet it's kind of wet too.
It is a little wet in there, and you have to attach some weird fucking tube to your belly button too when you sit down every time, and then you have to get like a scissor, and then you go every time. You got to stand up, and then someone like sucks the pus out. Oh wait, no, that's circumcision.
Pus.
Never mind. The third one was the Field Lounge chair by Blue Dot, and that's the one I wound up going with. It's the cheapest of the three.
Share your screen so I can see this stuff.
The cheapest of the three loungers, I will say, but I think it fits the best into my space. I got it in the leather, the orange, the orangish leather, and with the ottoman, it still comes to a good. I think that was $4,000.
Oh my god, that's
so yes, quite a big purchase. And if you guys want a fun exercise to do. If you're poor and you want to like laugh, have a good chuckle on Chuckle Sandwich, go to DWR.com and get really upset that this is where I shop for my furniture.
Join me in the upset.
Yeah, Tucker's pissed right now.
Yeah, well, he brought this up a couple episodes ago, and I haven't been the same since.
Yeah, I've seen.
I'm sitting after dinner at the counter going, fuck, he really shops there? That's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. It is ridiculous.
Yeah, I'd spent a little time on this website too, and I was like, I was able to justify it for my couch, but then a lot of this stuff I'm like, maybe I will get into DIY.
Yeah, maybe I don't need $500 bookends for my shelf, you know?
Yeah, maybe I don't know. It's definitely interesting though. It's definitely interesting. I mean, I'm really hyped about this couch though, and I'm going to be spending a lot of time on it. My TV's not up yet.
The way I see it is like, okay, here's what I will never do. I go to Japan a lot. I will never. And if I do, that means I've reached way more money than I even know what to do with. I will never spend money on a first-class flight to Japan or anything international like that. The most I'll do is premium economy, okay? Because after that 10 hours,
business, because I feel like
business. So business is like $6,000. First class is like 10, 15. It's like after those hours, man, it's like, dude, that money you just pissed it away. Like, take the extra $4,000 you save by going just premium economy or something and put the rest of the money into a fucking chair or something that you live with every day of your life. It's like, I can't justify a first class ticket yet. But one day I will.
I can justify it currently where I stand on like a domestic flight.
Domestic,
but like
can make
first
sense.
Class, because I would say the equivalent of first class in a domestic flight is like a business flight, and I did one of those. Yeah, I got one of those for a decent price when I went out to Australia, and that was pretty good. I enjoyed that a lot, but I don't.
But then it's over. And that money's gone, man.
I really could never, unless I'm making a YouTube video or something like Ryan Train, I could never justify doing that first class crazy like Emirates. Like it's fucking absurd. You know, at that point you should have if you're paying that money, you should have a plane, and Tucker should be flying it.
Oh, I'd love to.
I saw a clip recently that said that was like Ninja on stream talking about, oh yeah, me and Jess, we stopped flying private and we saved millions of dollars a year. And I'm like, yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Fuck yeah. That's great.
Yeah, man. Millions of dollars a year?
Yeah. He's like, man, he was like, it was a clip of him playing Fortnite. And he was just like playing, building up with the towers. And he was like, yeah, like, dude, private got really expensive over the past year. We saved like hundreds of thousands or like up to $1 million a year just not flying private anymore. I was like, fuck. Why did I think of that?
We got Tucker out to our last Chuckle weekend. I put him on first class for that. And that was that your first time in first class?
First and only.
Yeah. What was your perception?
It's pretty good. It was pretty good. I think for a domestic flight, why not if you have the money? Because you get to get on first.
I agree.
And you get the little breakfast or whatever before
you
people
get
get
the
on.
little nips. You ask for as many little Jack Daniels nips as you want, and then
it was like 9
a.m.
a.m. It was like 9 a.m. So we didn't.
What's the
that doesn't matter?
The difference?
That doesn't matter.
We didn't partake. We took a coffee.
I really wanted you to try that out because it's like I remember my first time when I went on a first class flight, and I was like, it honestly, whenever I do one, I still feel this, and I don't know if you felt this way, Tucker, but I felt like I was sitting there in the chair, and I felt a little embarrassed being there.
Yeah, you're too young. It's mostly older people.
No, it's more like when people are coming past you. Like I feel like I needed to make a look at the people going down into the slums, and I had to be like, "Listen, but I'm on your side, though."
I don't do this much.
How do you think I felt, dude? How do you think I felt? I was like, I didn't even get this ticket.
Power to the people,
trust
man.
me,
I'm voting for Kamala.
I would have been at the way back.
You imagine walking back to the favelas back there, and then you look in first class, and there's like a fucking mom and like 2 kids in the first class seats.
There is a lot.
Oh, I see it a lot. I see it a lot too, dude. And I'm like, wow, that's another level. That's another level.
I was flying slums the other day when I was coming back from the wedding.
We should have like a new term for that. I was flying Camden. I was flying Detroit back a couple days ago.
And I was sitting there on I'm sure you guys have gotten at least one baby on a flight before. But what was interesting about this one was that the baby started crying behind me. And then a couple rows in front of me to the right, in the opposite row, I heard a guy shush the baby. So a baby starts crying, and then you hear someone totally else being like, shh. And I don't know if he was talking to the mom or the baby, but like, that's got to be the craziest response that someone could possibly have to a child. Like, what do you think? Like, do you think the baby's going to just like hear that and be like, oh, shit. I gotta get myself. I gotta pull myself together.
Sorry, sir.
I'm out of control right now. I gotta keep it together right now. Yeah. Or the mom doesn't know that the baby is being is bothering people. That was like the craziest thing I'd seen in terms of reacting to a child.
That's a first class. That's a winner's mentality, is what it is, really. I mean, if you're paying for a seat, it had better be a great experience. I mean, because that money is being pissed away.
Oh no, but I was like in the middle of it. Like I was in the back. This was the back experience.
Oh, right, you were flying slums.
Yeah, flying slums. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, dude.
Damn.
Yeah.
This is going to be a strange podcast for anyone who isn't grinding. Yeah. Anyone who's not a founder,
for anyone that hasn't doesn't fly that much.
Yeah. Like, I feel anyone who's not building in public is
like I remember when I first started doing the YouTube stuff and like I was going out to the cons and stuff, that was like twice a year or like once a year. That was like the most I was ever flying. Like most of my travel was just by car. Like now I fly way too much, I feel like now than I used to.
Yeah, I see you like once a month now.
Yeah.
And we live 2,000 miles apart.
You're out here. Yeah. Honestly, in hindsight, Tucker, I kind of wish you came out for TwitchCon. I'm sorry.
You told me not to. I said, Ted, should I come out for TwitchCon? And Ted's
I didn't tell you not
Ted
to.
Said,
I told you.
Honestly, dude, I probably wouldn't be able to go everywhere with you, so you probably shouldn't.
Well, no, it was one of those things where
I was like, fuck,
I didn't.
Right,
well, here's the thing. I wasn't sure.
Not like you've only streamed 3 times this year.
Are you listening to me? I didn't want you to come out and then turn it into a thing where it was like, because the type of pass that I had would allow me to get into certain places, and I wanted to make sure if you were to come, I'd be able to get you an equivalent pass so you could go everywhere with me, and you weren't just going to be sitting around being like, okay, well, I have nothing to do. But then it ended up being a thing where I wasn't at the con that much, and I was going around doing stuff, and there was a lot of things I probably would have, in hindsight, could have gotten you into, which was what I was bummed out about.
Twitch, the live streaming site, got you a VIP pass. Streamer Ted Nivison.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
and cool. they didn't get Tucker Keane, like career streamer, a VIP pass.
Yeah,
they didn't get
I've
that for
streamed
him.
hundreds of hours this year.
I would say next year Tucker definitely is getting in, but the reason why I got it was because I was in a show.
You did the live name your price thing, didn't you?
No, I did Point Crow's yes or no yes show, which was like some sort of version of Deal or No Deal.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. And then I also did Hassan's Debate Lords thing, which I wish I was one of the debaters in, but he was like, "Oh, but you could come on as a cameo." I'm like, "Okay." I show up, and this isn't anything that like Hassan did. Like he wasn't planning the show. This is like a lot of like it was Twitch stuff. They were like, I show up there. They say, "Oh, you got to show up at 2. Casting calls 3. Right? Talent calls 3. I show up there. They're like, all right. They bring me back to the fucking wardrobe area. And they show me this blue windbreaker and the smallest little space helmet you've ever seen. And they're like, we're going to do an Among Us bit.
Oh.
And I'm like, now? In this year? And then they were like, okay.
4 years later?
Yeah, you're going to put this on. And then you're going to go up and you're going to just say, it was like a town hall question thing. And I'm like, okay, that's easy enough. So I put that on, and then they like shuttle us out into the audience. And then it's like me, Peace Jars, and we're sitting there for like 3. The whole thing was like 3 hours long. So I'm sitting there in the fucking Among Us stupid fucking hat thing for like 2 hours and 50 minutes before I go up there.
Didn't let you take it off?
Well, they were like, you got to come out here and be ready to go do your part. And I'm sitting there, and I'm like slowly seeping into this chair. I'm like, they really are having me sit here for that long? Like, I was like, give me an itinerary or something so I can go and like have a burger or something. My stomach's growling.
Burger.
Burger.
Could go for a burger right now.
It was funny too because they wanted us to go into like they wanted to be like, oh, these people are coming out of the audience for town hall questions. They wanted to put me in a random spot in the crowd. And I was like,
right.
I'm glad I said no because I would have just been sitting there for 2 hours and 50 minutes just in this fucking stupid Among Us
in between a bunch of fucking losers who went to TwitchCon with the regular pass. Can you imagine?
TwitchCon was good this year, dude. I'm glad that they're not doing it in San Diego anymore. Or not San Diego, in Vegas. Because I liked Vegas. I enjoyed it. But it felt like a special episode of TwitchCon. San Diego's nice. I could it was one of those things where I was there and I was like, maybe when I'm done with LA, maybe I'll go to San Diego.
Likely place for you to go.
Yeah,
honestly.
Seems like a place. Seems like a place to settle for And I took the train down that weekend. Yeah,
wow.
I took the Amtrak down. It was awesome.
Sounds fun.
Man, you don't care.
No, I don't care. I was actually so happy I didn't go. Seeing all those tweets of people just like hanging out with my buddies at TwitchCon. Come to my panel. Come to my fucking talk. Oh, I'm doing this live show on the stage at TwitchCon. I was like, thank God I don't have to be here.
Dude, it was crazy. At one point, we were going to try to check out because one of the cool things about TwitchCon is the artist alley where they have a bunch of artists that make stuff that you can buy. And I was with it was like me, BB No Money, Caroline Kwan, and Pokemon, and we were like, oh, let's they had some time before their thing. And we were like, oh, let's go check out the artist alley, right? We go out there into the artist alley thing, and I have never seen someone get stun locked like Pokemon got stun locked. It was.
What do you mean? Like a crowd formed?
Yeah, where it's like, oh, nice merch, Will. What, like, it's getting stun locked is like, oh, you're at a convention, you walk somewhere, somebody recognizes you, stop for them for the photo, but then everyone who happens to be passing by in the traffic, some of them will also recognize you, and then you get stun locked there for if you're trying to move somewhere for however long. She got so stun locked, she had to like leave to the OTV booth and just do like an impromptu meet and greet because it was just like so much. I was like, holy crap! I've experienced it, but I've never seen anything like that. That level.
Sounds like nothing I'd ever want.
She was swallowed by the horde. I mean, she is like the queen of Twitch, so it's like
it makes sense.
It makes sense because she very much so is like she is Twitch. But I was like, wow, and
yeah,
it was crazy. It's crazy.
Crazy world, and the rich just get richer.
Yeah, and people asked me, they were like, "Where's Schlatt?" And at this point, I'll be honest with you, I would say he's not here, and he'll never be to a convention. He'll never come to a convention.
Should have just said not streaming.
I say he's not here. He's never come to a convention.
You just missed him.
He actually was just here. He's down the hall.
He's right over there.
I think he's actually somewhere around me. If you go, I use you as a diversion to get rid of him.
Guys,
that'd be so mean. My God, that'd be so mean. Yeah.
Oh, when I was in LA a couple of weeks ago, I went to dinner with Connor, and the amount of photos I took just on the way to dinner was like, man,
really
I'm good. Yeah.
I feel like when we've been out in LA, you haven't really gotten recognized that much.
We got lucky. We've gotten lucky, but I'm telling you, Connor. Yeah,
maybe
in
they
Burbank,
see me and they're like,
went to some mall in Burbank. It was hip. There was a lot of young folk around. Even during dinner, I had like 2 people come up and ask for photos. I'm just sitting down.
What was the restaurant? What was this place?
I don't know. It was some brew house we walked into. They had a great coffee flavored beer.
Oh.
During Chuckle Week, Schlatt looks so miserable that even diehard fans are like, ooh, maybe not this time.
Ooh, maybe I stay away from him. You can see that like those like anime words hovering above his head. Like he's like, wow.
Yeah. If I'm in Los Angeles, just assume I'm miserable and don't want to be there. And maybe use that as like the precursor to whether or not you decide to come up to me.
Should we let them know it's happening?
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
We're doing Chuckle Week. We're doing another Chuckle Week. It's coming up. It's coming up soon.
Yay.
Spooky, scary skeletons and shivers down your spine. Sorry, guys. Now that it's officially October, I'm embracing the spooky season. I'm getting a little spooky. I'm feeling a little spooky. I'm looking a little spooky, honestly. Look at me. But do you know what's really spooky? Not having your wardrobe ready for those crisp autumn days ahead. That's scary. Luckily, Chubbies has you covered. That's right, Chubbies. The ultimate destination for ultra cozy, stylish comfort that keeps you warm and looking great as the weather gets progressively worse and worse. Whether it's their flannels, their soft pullovers, or cozy quarter zips, Chubbies has you covered for all your favorite fall adventures. Now listen, guys, we all know that Chubbies' famous shorts comes in 3 different inseam lengths, letting you show off as much thigh as you dare. And who says chilly weather means giving up on your favorite shorts? Huh? That's crazy. Whoever said that, we should send him to jail. Because you can pair your Chubbies with a fall sweater or a cozy jacket, and you got a timeless look. You're looking good. You're looking fresh. You're looking hip. Chucklers, if you're looking for a few fall staples, I recommend checking out Chubbies. And folks, for a limited time, our friends at Chubbies are giving our listeners 20% off with the promo code CHUCKLE20 at checkout at chubbiesshorts.com. That's 20% off your order with promo code CHUCKLE20. Support the show, folks, and tell them we sent you. This fall, make the most of every moment with Chubbies. Shop now and fall into comfort, one stylish piece at a time. All right, Chucklers, this episode of Chuckle Sandwich is sponsored by Acorns.
Let's face it, Chucklers, we've all been guilty of putting off things that don't feel urgent.
Like finally getting rid of that awful, uncomfortable couch that I was meaning to replace.
Or fixing that basketball, football-sized hole in your truck, huh, Ted?
That's not a real thing, Schlatt.
It is a real thing. I've seen it.
Okay. Well, for many, investing is one of the things that gets pushed aside. It just doesn't seem urgent.
And that's where Acorns comes in, boys.
Acorns makes it easy to start automatically saving and investing for you, your kids, and your retirement.
You don't need a lot of money or expertise to invest with Acorns. In fact, you can get started with just your spare change.
Acorns recommends an expert expert-built portfolio that fits you and your money goals, then automatically invest that money for you.
And now Acorns is putting their money into your future. Open an Acorns Later IRA and get up to a 3% match on new contributions. That's extra money for your retirement.
That's extra money to spend on old people things.
We love old people things.
Oh, yeah.
And if you want to spend money on old people things, or you just want to get started with investing, I recommend looking into Acorns.
Head to acorns.com/chuckle or download the Acorns app to start saving and investing for your future today. Once again, that's acorns.com/chuckle. Paid non-client endorsement. Compensation provides incentive to positively promote Acorns. Investing involves risk. Acorns Advisors, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. View important disclosures at acorns.com/chuckle. Trust me when I say that whole week's going by, Tucker and I are going to be we're going to be so locked in. It is going to be like, we're going to be like, how do we keep Schlatt at tip-top happiness? It is going to be like, what are we going to do? We're going to be like pumping Maybach air into my apartment. We're going to be like figuring out what his favorite smells are. So whenever he walks in a room, we're going to I'm going to start playing like little hints of white noise, but it's just like little notions of things that
Death Star
remind him
ambience.
of home.
Get me Death Star ambience in the podcast room playing as I walk in. Have the fucking oatmeal
might as well
cookie,
just play the Emperor's March as
oatmeal
you-
cookie, boulangerie, anthropology candle burning at least 30 minutes before I walk in.
Tucker, are you writing this down?
Bro, you're setting up the set. You got to pass
You're the producer. Write this down.
Okay,
Yeah.
And I want a little cat.
You want a little cat?
I want a little cat.
I guess I could probably grab Zelda and bring Zelda to the
Zelda. Yes. Get Zelda, please.
set. Okay.
Please.
I'll have to bring Zelda then.
That'd be so cute. Imagine me just holding a cat the whole time on the podcast. That'd be great.
That'd be interesting. I hope that. Do you think a cat would be safe to have on set though? They're just gonna start eating wires.
Of course. Yeah.
Well, Zelda's a psychopath. So.
Someone's just got to look after him for a second.
Interesting.
Her,
Okay.
him.
Yeah.
You never know what cats are these days.
You're allergic to cats.
Slightly, but like
I don't think he's ever admitted that.
We've gone over this like 4 times in the last quarter.
Look, it's like the same thing with lactose. You know, the upset that it will make my stomach is like not comparable to the happiness of having a Dairy Queen Blizzard.
This was connecting to us wondering why you're always sick.
Okay, well, I can tell you why I'm always sick. I'm always sick because I worked in a freezer that was covered wall to wall.
You think you have like chronic illness from working in the
Chronic
freezer?
mold exposure, yes.
Whoa.
I think that's where I think that's where that comes from.
Oh, damn.
We're still holding on to that.
He's got to. Otherwise, he loses his blue collar stats, dude. And he needs.
He lost those a long time ago.
He needs it for his build, dude. His build calls for it, dude.
His build.
My build requires at least like 20%.
About 2019, he respect.
No, I didn't. I was still working. No, I wasn't.
It's about.
I was flying. I actually fly.
When my sacred tier.
My first class flight was in 2019.
Did you buy it yourself?
Yeah, I did.
2019 was the respect.
Was that when you
that
came
was
out to
probably
TwitchCon?
the way. Yeah, TwitchCon. That was the first TwitchCon I ever went to. The first TwitchCon ever, I think.
We
right?
landed. Schlatt and I landed around the same time, and I met him as he walked off the plane.
Yeah, and on the way home from TwitchCon, I was in the JetBlue Mint section. I boarded the plane first, and then 2 people I knew from baseball, from travel baseball, boarded the plane, and they came in, and they were like, Schlatt? And I'm like, oh, hey, guys.
Whoa, that's funny.
I just sat there like...
You know what's weird? I actually had a similar thing happen to me literally last weekend. I was leaving the hotel, and the elevator opens, and then I see a person there. They go, Ted?
Did you recognize her?
Yeah, I did.
Huh.
I did. I was like, whoa, this is weird. You know, because I'm in San Diego. We're miles and miles and miles away from. That's not them. We're miles and miles away from Massachusetts. It's
That's
weird,
a while
dude.
away. It's like the opposite side of the country almost.
It is, just about.
You know?
Just about. You're never gonna find him, Tucker.
Never.
Lock back. Just based on the way it's going, you're never.
I'm
gonna
looking
find him.
for me. You don't have to watch this.
Well, because it's distracting. Because then I'm like, he's not paying attention.
Yeah. Sometimes when I really want to make sure I don't distract you, I pull it over here and I do it.
Well, yeah, because this is for us. This is for us, and you're like, this is like you.
I'm just researching live.
If it truly is for us, Tucker,
yeah.
look up Kimmy Granger likes it rough.
No, don't look at
Kimmy Granger likes it rough.
Week.
Please just start playing it just so I can see it in my periphery. Kimmy Granger likes
New
it
sensations.
rough. Oh yeah, it's that first one.
I'm not even watching this stream anymore.
And let me tell you,
Whoa.
he's got a huge cock.
Dude, my wife edits this.
Yeah.
No.
Charlie, you're welcome.
You're welcome.
You know what? Since we posted that last episode where I gave it a shout out, that comment section's full of people thanking me.
Really?
There was like I did see some people saying like good taste, dude, and I've never seen that before.
Wait. Yeah.
Wait, what? Wait, what happened?
I just found the relevant r/chuckle post.
Oh,
Kimmy Granger likes it. She does like it rough. Let me tell you, the energy in that porno is on another level, especially at the beginning. You know, they say, no one watches it for the plot. That first 30 seconds optimized for YouTube retention. Let me tell you, they should make some YouTube videos.
So we were gonna do something today, weren't we? Like,
were we?
Well, I'll say, Ted, it's funny you brought up TwitchCon because I was kind of bitching about that today around the apartment. I was like,
Dude, you've been shadowboxing me all day.
I have for various reasons, but the TwitchCon one, I was like, fuck's Ted at TwitchCon? He doesn't even fucking stream, fucking guy. I was like, I stream
why?
I was like, I stream fucking 3-4 nights a week for all year, and I was like, what's Ted streamed 3-4 times this year?
Ever? Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, what
And
gives,
when
man?
Ted was streaming regularly, he was just playing music and
Gaffing off.
hitting that pipe.
Was he really?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
wait,
And he wouldn't even talk. He'd just play Minecraft and this shit back in 2019.
Oh, you talking about you talking about my silent streams because my roommate was sleeping in my I would do these silent streams in 2019 on SMP Live because my roommate would get back and he'd go to sleep, but I didn't want the views to stop. I was addicted.
Right. Because it was a money printer.
I mean, yeah, but a money printer when you'd never made money before, larger than like $200 a month. So like, I was like,
it's a couple $100.
Yeah, so yeah, I was like doing, that was back when I was doing like the fucking gardening stuff in the original like ruins build that I did, Tucker.
I would watch that. I would watch that in the back.
I was silent.
You had a good build, man.
Oh yeah, you would just have music on. I actually like those ones. I would be like, man, this is really good background.
Yeah, it's good vibes. Maybe I should do some more in the future. People would be like, where's Ted? Wait, why isn't he saying anything? Because I would have face cam on. I'd be like, I'm honestly, it was kind of like
I tuned in for the first time. I was like, is he just not talking? You're just there.
Yeah, no, I was hard at work.
Did you get good views doing that?
I think I was getting 70 to 120 viewers.
You were
or
in the
something.
hundreds, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Anything back then was like seemed crazy.
Oh yeah, as long as it was on SMP Live, anything like that would it would have worked.
And you know what? All those streams are lost to time. I bet there's not a single copy of any of those streams.
No, because I didn't know.
Someone posted on my subreddit that was like, he had a whole Excel spreadsheet of like every stream I'd done for SMP Live. Wow. And it was marked green or red based on whether he could find an actual or not. Exactly. And he's like, dude, 75% of these streams are like gone. And I looked back and I was like, oh fuck, yeah.
Were you not running a VODs channel or something?
No.
I mean, we just did. We didn't. We were figuring it out as we went on like what the stuff was, and I still haven't even figured it out. I don't have a watch channel. Honestly, I didn't. Yeah. No, it was definitely. That's crazy. That's crazy to think about. There's the moment that there is like certain saved clips though. Clips kind of saved some moments, some peak moments, I think, but. Like the full VODs definitely lost a time for sure. But the moment I hit 10,000 subscribers is one of the clips on my channel. That's nice. That's saved the time.
That's cool.
Saved the time.
But sometimes, the nostalgia of those streams is the downtime. It's like, oh, you were watching them on like a second monitor, and the memories you have of them are like just the whole vibe. Nothing necessarily entertaining was going on. It was just with you in that moment. Yeah, I think about that a lot when Trainwreck was watching Gordon Ramsay, like food, whatever the fuck. What was the show called that Gordon Ramsay did? What the fuck? When he yelled at everybody.
Nightmares?
The kitchen. No, it was the competition. Chopped? No.
Hell's Kitchen?
Chopped. That's a good show.
I don't remember.
Hell's Kitchen.
MasterChef.
Damn it.
MasterChef. I was watching MasterChef.
That's one that
had that fucking Chief. Christmas tree in the back. And
remember when that was controversial? Controversial.
What?
Watching like a reality TV show.
I know.
On Twitch. Like that was that was really pushing the envelope back in the day.
I actually have a question for my own toolbox here. Can you just watch a movie on Twitch? Like, could I throw my camera up and just be like, yeah, we're gonna watch Spirited Away tonight?
You could in the moment.
You could in a moment, but it's going to get DMCA'd.
Yeah, and you're going to get in trouble, probably. And you probably get banned for it.
You're going to get your ass spanked.
It was way more Wild West back in the day.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I don't think anyone can get away with watching MasterChef now either.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think so.
I guess that's why a lot of streamers just rip YouTubers' videos and then post it on their highlights channel and it's entirety.
Because the YouTubers aren't going to strike you. You can just steal all the money you want from them.
Yeah.
That's what I love about YouTubers. They're just so like, they don't know what they're worth. I just love exploiting them.
What we talking about? The Grog party was pretty fun. Grog's coming to the U.S.
What is Grog?
Grog.
It's
Grog. What is Grog?
Chad and Max's alcohol brand of soju drinks. They're it's not soju. It's like a Japanese
shochu.
It's like SOCHJU. But I was out in San Diego and I met up with Chad and Max. We're all drinking. We're having a good time. We're at this bar called the Coin Op. And basically Chad and I, there's a group of like girls who are there. We don't really know them, but one of their friends, like she is like 100% like got roofied. She's like falling over because like what's weird about getting roofied is it's not like normal level of like wasted drunk. It's like you just can't stand up and use your body, but you're not like throwing up. So it was like she was like way too drunk. So Chad and I are like helping this girl to the point where it was just like we ended up like going with them to the hospital to make sure that they were okay. And they ended up being okay. It ended up being totally fine. And so Chad and I were like, okay, cool. They're all set. And I was like, I'm probably just going to take, because it was the end of the night anyway. So I was like, I'm probably just going to take an Uber back. Do you want to come with me? He's like, sure. We get in the Uber. I get dropped off. Chad's going back to his Airbnb. I wake up the next morning and I text Chad and I'm like, if you think about it, we're kind of like heroes. And he responds, yeah, dude. Also, I got arrested. I'm in Mexico right now.
What?
And I say, what? Send photos or fake. And he sends me a photo from Google Maps of him below the border of the United States in Tijuana. He got arrested and was in Mexico. And he's telling me, he's texting me and he's like, oh, dude, don't worry about it. I'll be back in like 20 minutes, dude. I'm going to swindle my way out of this. They're only checking phones like every 18 minutes. They don't even have any idea I have my phone. I'm like, Chad, what are you talking about? How did you get arrested? It's been 6 hours since I last saw you. How'd you get to Mexico? And then he goes dark. And I don't hear from him from like...
They checked his phone.
Yeah, something like that. I don't hear from him for hours. And then the next... I follow up with him. I'm like, where are you? Next thing I get is a video of Chad walking in his Airbnb with like a whole bunch of papers, waving them. He somehow he's from Australia. I do not know how this man got into Mexico or out of Mexico, but he did in the course of 24 hours.
I think both of the Cold One's crew's lives are just kind of fever dreams.
Yeah.
I think maybe they're like perpetually in a state of disorientation where their lives don't even seem to make too much sense anymore.
Yeah. He called our journey to like help the roofied woman a side quest, but he also referred to the rest of that experience of him being stuck in Mexico arrested as part of the side quest. So when I saw him next, he said, no more. He was like, no more side quests.
That's pretty good.
Dude, I wish I could make my whole internet persona off of drinking, dude.
Come on. Yeah, that'd be crazy if you did that. That doesn't seem anything like you.
I'm just so jealous of the Cold Ones guys because they get to just drink on camera, you know? And that's like their whole shtick.
Dude, you know what you should do? If you want, you should make some
Drunk Chuckle Week. Oh.
What you should do is whenever we plan our experience in Japan, the good one, you know, so you're going to be going out there, but the good one's when I'm out there, respectfully.
Right.
You should fit in an Australia stop in there and go on the cold ones. I feel like that would be a fun time for you.
Go on the cold ones?
Go on the cold ones, yeah.
I mean, I could get drunk from it. I'm drunk now.
No, but go on the cold one show.
But why? Are they going to pay me? Did they pay you to go on it?
Oh, no.
No.
Nothing.
No, and they leaked Ludwig's balls. And what else did they do?
What
else did they do?
They swore. Honestly, they swore.
And
they swore a lot.
And I hate swearing. I don't do that. And I don't know. I'd rather just get drunk on in an izakaya in Japan.
Okay, fair enough. Fine.
Sea-Dog VA took me to an izakaya, like a real izakaya, where there's not a single white person in the entire place, and we walked in and we got like eyeballs.
Yeah.
And
I heard that you were saying that this is a thing in Japan where there's no there's like places where it's like no foreigners allowed.
Yeah, sometimes. I mean, most of the time they're not brave enough to actually say no foreigners on a sign or anything. But like, you know, there were plenty of times, especially if you go out with a big group, because I mean, there's also just not a lot of room in a lot of these restaurants. But like, you'll get they'll go, no, that's like the international sign for no, fuck off, we will not take you. I did get that quite a bit. I
was getting told by some folks that Korea is like the same way, like South Korea, not North Korea. I mean, North Korea will probably be similar, but like in South Korea, like for those like some of the like OTV people when they're trying to get like an Uber or something, if it was like for those of them that had like a Korean last name, they could get an Uber really easily. But if they had like a foreigner last name, they were always getting canceled on.
Yeah, it doesn't it doesn't surprise me, honestly, when you get people like, you know, like a kick streamer going into a construction site and screaming, Nagasaki, Nagasaki. Like it just...
Did that happen?
You know, people, yes, they get foreigners have gotten a pretty bad rap, I think, because they kind of, you know, the worst of them use these places like a playground. And I've been very, very mindful every time I go to like tone down the persona and shit. And so most of the content I make in Japan is like totally different than anything I upload.
It's your calm content
most of the time. You know, like I've posted a couple walking tours.
I like those walking
not even
tours.
Talking,
yeah, I've watched all of those.
You know what? That would be good, and I bet Tucker's used it this way. That'd be a good high video.
Yeah, that would be. That'd be like those McDonald's like GoPros.
Oh, honestly, I feel like the McDonald's thing is a little bit different.
A little what?
I feel like the McDonald's thing's a little bit different, and honestly, it's got a. That was because I hold that close to my heart because that was like Tucker and I's. I think probably our first real good high hangout.
I'll tell you, man, the best high content is watching Sumo food on YouTube. These
I mean, yeah,
we watched this.
Did we not
watch this?
No,
this was phenomenal. What a phenomenal night we had.
Yeah,
it's just a bunch of huge sumo wrestlers. Throwing
when we had
meat
to go to bed
into a pot.
I was like disappointed. I was like disappointed that we had to go to bed because I was like, this is like the best thing that I've ever watched when I'm high.
It's some of the best long form content you guys will ever watch. Anyone listening to this, just look up Sumo Food. It's an entirely Japanese channel. All the comments are Japanese. I think I might be the only English viewer, but luckily they have English subtitles, like actually well-translated English subtitles. You could get to know all these sumo wrestlers that are all living in a house. It's like a frat house.
Yeah.
And all they do is eat and practice. And it's just this channel where these guys just like throw shit into a pot. They're like, what are we having today? And they're like, yeah, we're doing pork today. And they dump a fucking 50-pound piece of pork into a pot and start boiling it.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, that's what they're doing, I guess. And
we also
just
watched sumo matches for about like an hour and a half too.
We did. Oh God, I love sumo so much. It's such a cool thing. It's my favorite sport. It's probably my favorite sport at this point.
You should there's the video idea right there. Training to become a sumo wrestler.
I don't think
you need to do it.
I don't think I would hang out with them 100%, but I'm not gonna like do practice.
I've done it.
I know.
If I could do it, you could do it.
I'm not saying I couldn't do it. I'm saying I don't want to.
It kind of feels like you're saying that you can't do it.
No, I definitely can do it.
Oh, well then do it, pussy.
No, I'd rather sit there and be in a sumo food video where they just sit. Okay, they all sit and the higher ranks get to eat first. So you'll see Roga and Nabatame. They'll sit down first next to Master. Who's always.
I know that's their real names too, with how much you've watched this stuff.
Always. Oyakata Master is always in a blue Puma shirt and dark blue shorts. And he sits down on this milk crate, and like the higher ranked guys eat with him first, and then they all go down the line and they slowly start eating. And then they all put their hands together and go, "Coach on this." And then they start eating. And then the second half of these sumo food videos are just the biggest fucking guys you ever see, jacked out of their minds, their traps leaking out of their skin. And they're just
oh man. But you know they've been working hard for that, because it's like when I did the sumo wrestling training with Off Canny, it was like that was exhausting. Like I was so tired. I was pretty out of shape at that point after, because I play so much basketball with my friend of mine, Hassan. I probably wouldn't have too much of a problem with it now, because like when I did my first game that I played of basketball with my friend Hassan, I
shut up.
I was like, Tucker, you're gonna just pull this. You're gonna pull this whole.
I will say it is kind of funny how much you mentioned.
Yeah, like that last one was probably a joke, but the 10 that have come before that in the last 3 weeks, those came authentically out of you.
Guys, I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm just talking about my friend Hassan, who I play basketball with.
All right, continue.
So, like, are you just going to interrupt me and just tell me to
no,
shut up?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm having a good time with my
go.
good friend Hassan, who I play basketball with.
No, it's fine. You just do whatever.
Okay. So the first time I played basketball with my friend Hassan, I was like feeling like I was going to throw up after. You know that level of like cardio work where you're like,
Yeah.
And
Well,
but
no,
my friend
not
Hassan
recently,
was such a
but-
good motivator. Yeah. My friend Hassan, he was such a good
Yeah.
motivator that he was like, "I'll keep going," and I was like, "God, this is why we're friends." So, if I did sumo wrestling again, I'd probably be a little bit more prepared for it. But they have to do a whole thing where they're going like this, and it's like all about like
the Shiko, Shiko,
and that's tiring after about 30 seconds of doing that.
Hundreds.
Oh, here he goes. Nice.
That's what they do. Hundreds of them.
You need a little bit of a wider stance on that, but I got where you were going. Okay. All your listeners love you to death. He's doing it. Oh, he's wide now. Oh, yeah. There he goes. Okay. Holy crap.
That was the most eccentric thing Schlatt's done on the pod in a long time.
That's why I wouldn't do it. That's why I just want to eat with them. Also, I just want to put this out there. If you are the stable master of the Futa Goyama Bea, please follow me back on Twitter. I would love to visit and have a great time with Nabatame and Keiga and Kuae and Roga and Kotakiyama and Kikuchi and Nobehara.
You're going to name the whole
and
stable.
Soga and Denuma. All these guys. I love them. Please invite me. Arigatou gozaimasu.
That was pretty good. Honestly, if I was the guy who was running that show there, I mean, I'd be down to have you. But they're gonna make you try.
I would need a translator, but we'd figure it out.
I think that they should make you try though. I feel like that'd be good. If you're gonna eat, if you're gonna chow down with those boys, you're gonna have to fight with those boys. That seems like if you're gonna eat with us, brother, you're gonna have to fucking get dirty with them.
Hell no, I'm not getting dirty with them.
They get dirty
not getting dirty with them.
You saw them in there. It's like they don't even have like a mat scenario. It's like just dirt.
Dude, it's clay. Straight clay.
They don't fuck around, and it's awesome. Oh, man.
It is awesome. Sumo is genuinely my favorite sport. I was up because of the times
those diaper things. They're or what are they called?
The Mawashi.
The Mawashi, incredibly uncomfortable. Very rigid.
I mainly don't. Yeah, I mean, Ted, if I'm being honest, that's the main reason I don't want to do it. I don't want to have to wear that thing wedged in between my balls and my gooch.
Oh yeah,
because they tie that thing tight. And let me tell you, that thing's right up in your crack.
Yeah, you're gonna need
right up in that
wet
crack.
Wipes. Wet wipes.
Oh yeah, better bring a gallon of baby powder with you. You know,
that's why bidets are popular in Japan.
Yeah, because they're so chafed. It's like you put a piece of toilet paper in. So I get raw after like 2 or 3 shits in one day. You know, moving into this new place, they got like these Kohler. Why are you laughing?
Well, because I'm just like,
there's a passion in this.
It's just like the passion of.
I get raw. Like you think about this.
I'm just saying. I moved into a new place. The bidet toilet seats don't fit on the toilets because there's some proprietary Kohler bullshit. And
I'm running into a similar issue with my
wipe.
bidets.
I know. I gotta wipe like a fucking poor person,
like a common man.
Wait, so
like
you've been bidetless the whole time you're in your new place?
Yeah, I've been lying about using it. Yeah, I've been lying about using it. I haven't used one since. I haven't used a bidet. I haven't felt the warmth of a bidet in like half a year, bro.
Whoa. That's wild. I'm trying to figure out how to get mine installed on my current toilets.
I did notice
you
that
need a new toilet.
And I was
you need a new toilet. Yeah, I mean, like I get raw after like 2-3 shits in one day. By that 4th shit, like if I had like some good food or something or some bad food, then I'd really like it's a real tough time in there. You know, I don't want to touch it anymore.
You know what we should do for an episode? We should bring in someone to do a tarot reading for us.
Yeah, I just had one done.
Like a tarot cards.
You just had a reading done? You said that in full serious?
Yeah, you don't follow my Instagram?
I don't use Instagram.
Anyway, yeah, I got the card reading done. It's going to be a good year. Come next June, people are going to be talking about me.
That's what anything else?
I can't, I don't want to give you guys too much. I don't think that's really allowed. It's like a wish. If you tell people your wish, it's going to come true. Man, you want to get a tarot card reading? You don't know the fucking basics of this shit, dude. You're gonna throw it down the drain like that. It'll be your reading will be completely completely inept by lunch.
It'll be gone.
We'll take a lunch. It's boom gone. Pointless.
Gone. Bye.
You take that shit and you keep it close.
Keep it close to your chest. So, are you telling me now, Tucker, that nobody's talking about you in June then?
That's just a snippet. I mean, maybe now it'll be July. Now instead it'll be July.
Rule. Okay.
I'm just giving you a snippet. It was probably 25 minutes.
Sure.
It was probably 25 minutes of. We were closer than this.
You might need to go back to her and be like, "Hey, I let some info slip. What's the time? How far back is my timeline?
Yeah, is there an insurance on this?
Yeah, what's the estimated time of arrival now on these wishes?
I'd say based off her vibe, it's 2 weeks to a month that I just pushed the timeline back. But I didn't give a lot away. It was like 20, 25 minutes of us, of reading. So I only gave you one sentence there.
All right.
There was a lot to unpack that night. I couldn't sleep.
Schlatt, what do you think that you would be told if you got a tarot reading? Do you think it would be mysterious? You think it would unpack something within you?
Ted, let me be completely honest with you. I've tuned out for the past 5 minutes. I've been looking at real estate on Fire Island.
Thanks for watching, guys.